So the big project is to take this FJ40 and turn it into an FJ45 pickup. One of the things I have to do is extend the frame. The wheelbase is 90 inches. The short wheelbase FJ45 pickup is 104. So my plan is to take the frames, or take the frame and extend it 20 inches plus another 15 on the back for the bed. So here's the two frames that I'm working with. This frame here is a 78 frame, FJ40. It was in my truck before I swapped out in 2017. The front of it is okay, but the back of it is not real good. This frame is a 1971 FJ40 frame, and it's not in too bad a shape. So I think I can get some pieces out of this to go into the 78 frame, extend it 20 inches so that it's more like an FJ45 frame. This is my poor man's air compressor setup. I've got a Makita gas-driven Model Mac 6000, which is 6 gallons, but it doesn't give much volume for this Harbor Freight air compressor, or not compressor, but sandblaster. So I took 11 gallon storage tank and put it in line with it. So now I have almost 3 times the volume coming from the Makita to power the sandblaster. We'll see how it works. I'm using black diamond abrasive or slag abrasive, but they didn't have any fine, only medium. So I've tried the medium and it gums up the sandblaster wicked. So I went back to the store and got some fine. So now I have to empty out the sandblaster, replace it with the fine, and we'll go from there. Well, you can see that my sandblasting system doesn't work very well. I have to continuously shake the Harbor Freight blaster canister in order to get it to feed. I have 6 gallons of compressed air storage and compressor, 11 more gallons in the inline storage tank, and I figure 4 more gallons in the blaster canister, all pressurized at 90 to 100 psi. I'm using fine black beauty. Perhaps this is not enough compressed air storage to efficiently run a sandblaster. Or I need to look at the canister feed orifice and repair the feeder valve and connections. I'll have to make a note for next summer, 2024.
So here's my setup again. I've got my tank in line with the air compressor, and I found that if you take a needle gun or a scaler and go over it with the needle gun, sandblasting is so much easier. So this is the FJ40 frame so far. I've scaled it and I've sandblasted it, and now I'm putting etching primer on it, which is temporary. I'll have to get back into it again, and I'll repair these places here and also up here and the back. And the hangers, the rear spring hangers, and the perches. So it's looking pretty good so far. I may have to take the inner rails out so that I can get behind them. That's going to be a lot of work because you have to take these rivets out on the top and the bottom. Well, I've pretty much put the 77 project in bed for the winter. This is the frame here. I got about half of it done. This is the 78 cowling that I'll be using. I've got to go through the transmission and the transfer case. And the 2F engine. Boy, it's pretty hard getting this frame in. It's just heavy enough so it's more, or it's heavy for one person, but when you don't have two people, you've just got to make do. And then in here we have the 71 hood that I'll be using. And I've got plenty of parts here. That's going to help a lot. And as you saw, there's no heat source in here, so it gets pretty gnarly if you come out here below zero and try to work on things. I've got the top sides, the windows are taken out, but I need to do some welding on some of these corners. Alright, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.